If you're an experienced agent that wants to get great at listing homes, we are hiring. Hit up jointheduo.com or message us on any of our social channels. Again, jointheduo.com or at the Duncan Duo, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. Send us a DM and we'll get you started on the process of potentially joining our team as a listing agent. We are looking to hire 4 because our business is blowing up and we are launching into some new advertising in 26, 27, and we need to coach some agents up. I'll be personally coaching you on a daily basis and helping you grow. Not just helping you learn how to list homes, but you'll have the opportunity to learn how to invest, how to flip real estate, how to work on our rehab team that helps and has the opportunity to invest in projects that we buy, renovate, and resell. So again, jointheduo.com for that. But I want to talk next about the bane of my existence, solar panels. If you are a home buyer, I want you to understand that selling a home with solar panels that you still owe money on is like the scarlet letter of real estate. I can't encourage you enough to not get solar panels the way that they're structured today unless you're buying them in their entirety. Unless you're writing a check to pay them off, or you're going to do it before you sell the house. Selling the house and assuming that the buyer is going to want solar panels or that they're going to take over payments in an environment and economy that we have today literally kills so many home sales. I cannot tell you how many times homes don't sell because the homeowner thought that everyone would love solar. They bought the sales pitch from the really good salesperson that knocked on their door to sell them solar, that it's going to make the home more valuable. We are not in the planet yet. We're not in the world yet where it's making your property more valuable unless you're on some estate type property, ranch, income producing with animals, something, then maybe solar would be valuable. But for the everyday homeowner, it's a nuisance. Most homeowners don't want it. Most homeowners don't want to have the leak. They don't want the ugly thing on their roof. They don't want the payments. They don't want to take over your high interest rate loan. They don't want it. So if you're thinking about solar or you have solar, pay it off if you can, or your house isn't going to sell because every buyer is going to click next. Okay. Or don't do it unless you're going to live in the home long enough to pay it off. I cannot tell you how often solar panels and the cost of them destroy home sales. The way the language is worded in most of the agreements makes it impossible to transfer that to someone else or assign that loan to someone else. Sometimes it's leased. So, I mean, it's some of the deals that people enter into for things that permanently attach to your home make it impossible to get your home sold. It is the scarlet letter. Realtors will avoid your house. Buyers that have looked at homes and figured out what it would cost that don't want solar, you shrink your buying pool dramatically by assuming that the buyer wants your solar panels. The majority of them don't. The majority in the inspection will find something wrong. You bought the sales pitch from the solar guy. I get it. Pay it off or don't do it. If you're looking at doing it now and you're going to sell your house in the next couple of years, run. Okay, run. It has cost so many homeowners tens of thousands of dollars in equity and homes not selling because they're trying to stick that solar panel deal to the next buyer that doesn't want it. The buyer wants that ripped off the roof. The buyer doesn't want the solar. They don't want the risk that it's going to start leaking or that the holes in the roof are going to cause a problem. Or guess what? In case you haven't noticed, we get hurricanes. How well do you think those solar panels do? And how great is it on your roof when it's getting hit with 120 mile an hour winds? So again, if you're going to stay in that house for the long term and you're going to pay off the panels, great. Understand it's a personal choice. If you have any intention of selling that home, before you enter into that agreement, I would tell you to think twice. Talk to a few real estate agents and they will tell you the horror stories. You know, it's Halloween time, right? It is the season. We're about to become Thanksgiving and Christmas, but we're kind of at the tail end here of Halloween. If we're talking horror stories for real estate, ask any real estate agent and they can tell you it's like the Chinese drywall of back many years ago with how bad the scarlet letter and labeling is of the home when it's got solar. Do not do it. And look, I'm probably going to get some hate messages from pro solar people saying solar is the best thing ever. And I agree. Like, look, I'm a proponent of it. When I move out to the country, I'm going to have it, right? But it's not going to be on my roof. It's going to be my forever home, and I'm going to write a check for it. If you can't afford buying it and writing a check for the solar, don't do it. The deals, it blows up deals all day long, every day. And the buyers are not educated enough to understand the value prop, and there's too many horror stories, and they don't want it. The majority of them don't want it. It's why the majority of Americans don't have solar panels. If you drive through any neighborhood, any cookie cutter neighborhood in Tampa Bay, you drive through, that's why the majority of the homes don't have solar panels on the roof, because the majority of consumers don't want it. You shrink your buyer pool, you're killing yourself financially, you're making it way harder to sell, and it's going to cost you way more money than you think to get out of that deal or to try and get the buyer to accept. Either buy them if you can afford them, write a check. If you can't afford it, don't do it. It's not going to help sell your home if you're going to be forced to sell it in the next couple of years. So hopefully this PSA is helpful. Again, I deal with it all the time. My agents deal with it all the time, and always, messes up a sale, hurts a person's equity, shrinks their buyer pool. Again, the times that it doesn't, if it's paid off, and if you find a buyer that wants it, it's like a needle in a haystack, right? It's just not evolved to the point of being as accepted as people want it to be. The people that buy it or the salespeople that sell it to you, it's just not as accepted yet. It causes too many problems. So if you're one of those people that has to sell a home with solar panels, look, we're still here to help you, but an instant cash offer may be the path for you, because then that person can deal with it. Then that person can buy it out and pay you cash and remove it, but you're going to take a hit to your equity, and you just don't realize it. So many solar salespeople are not telling you the cons. They're telling you all the pros, but when you go to sell the house in 2 years, like I said, scarlet letter.